For this edition of Community Conversations, we're pleased to be at Lawton Food Bank. We're talking with a regular friend of ours, Alex Mentor McCann. How have you been, Alex?
I'm living the dream. How are you?
I'm good as well. You've really got my interest high on what you're going to put together here. I have a feeling it's chili, but not just any old chili.
Absolutely. You are correct. So today we are making what we at the food bank call 5-can chili. And what that is it features all of the ingredients or items that you can get for the food bank except one, which is a packet of chili seasoning.
Okay. Now, is this something that can be thrown together in just like an afternoon if you have a spare 45 minutes or something?
Absolutely. So what we're going to do today is the crock pot version that you can put on low for 6 hours or on high for 4 hours, but you can also just throw all these ingredients in a soup stock pot at home and you can have chili in about 20-30 minutes. If you want to let it simmer for 45, it'll be extra good, but you can throw it together in about half an hour.
What if the folks at home don't have specifically a crock pot? What should they use then?
Absolutely. A soup stock pot is perfect. Just any pot that's big enough to contain all your ingredients is all you need.
So you have about 5 open cans here. What are some of the ingredients?
I sure do. So what people are going to start with is 3 cans of beans. So these are already drained and rinsed. So we have our kidney beans. You can use dark or light. Our black beans and our pinto beans. And so you're going to do 1 can of each in your crock pot or your stock pot. So that's your first 3 cans. But if you don't have cans of beans, you can also use bagged beans. So these are a bag of kidney beans. You could also use a bag of black beans or of pinto beans. And so what they're going to do is what's in a can is equal to about a cup. And so what you're going to do is you'll just put a single cup of dried beans into this as a replacement, but then you're gonna also want to make sure that you include about 2 extra cups of water, just because these will soak up all of that liquid.
If I had to guess, I'd say all those ingredients could probably feed a family of 4, right?
Absolutely. So your next 2 cans are a can of tomato sauce. If you don't have tomato sauce, you can also use tomato paste and water. That's a perfect substitute. And then this is a can of Rotel, but any can of diced tomatoes and green chili is perfect. Or if you don't like things super spicy, you can just do a can of diced tomatoes and you don't even have to worry about the green chilies. Then, are you ready for some seasonings?
Yes.
Okay, so if you have beef broth, you can use beef or chicken broth in a can, but today we're going to use 2 of our beef bouillon cubes. And then, you want to grab that water for us? All right, we're going to grab a cup of water and just pour it straight in our crock pot or soup pot just to make sure that everything is nice and moist. And then this is salt and pepper. You can use freshly cracked or you can just use what's right on a salt and pepper shaker. You're going to add that right in. And then last but not least is we have a packet of chili seasoning. This is where the magic happens. This is low sodium, but you can use any chili seasoning that you'd like. You're going to sprinkle that right on top. And if you'd like to add things like garlic powder, onion powder, or even minced garlic, fresh onion, you're welcome to. This is just what we like to be able to have as a super simple dinner. And then you're just going to stir it up. And then as it cooks, some of that liquid is going to go into those beans. It's going to mix up and it's going to be a little thicker. But that right there looks like chili, doesn't it?
Looks good already. How long would you suggest it cooks then?
Absolutely. So in the crock pot, it's going to go on low for 6 to 8 hours, or it can go on high for 4 to 6 hours. I always recommend that if you're home on a lunch break from work, go ahead and give it a nice stir. And then if you're doing it in a soup stock pot in the evening, you're just going to want to stir it every 5 minutes or so. Let it cook for 20 to 30 minutes on medium heat, and you're good to go.
Alex, where would you direct 7 News viewers online for more about this great recipe here?
Absolutely. For 5-can chili, they're just going to go straight to the Lawton Food Bank Facebook page. It's linked at the very top of the page with all the ingredients, everything you need, and it even lists the substitutions.
Thank you so much again.
Thank you. It's always good to see you.